Hi there, welcome to Storytime with Miss Andrea, reading on behalf of the Clearview Library District. As always, before we read stories, we have to get our wiggles out. Can you stand up for me, please? I wiggle my fingers. I wiggle my toes. I wiggle my ears. And I wiggle my nose. I wiggle my shoulders. I wiggle my chin. I stretch my arms wide and I pull them back in. I wiggle my elbows. I wiggle my knees. I hop like a bunny. And I smile and say, cheese. Now I have no more wiggles left in me, and I'll sit on the floor as still as can be. Our book today is by Jule Feiffer, and it's called Bark, George. This is George's mother. What kind of animal is George's mother? She's a dog. George's mother said, "Bark, George." And George said, "Meow." "No, George," said George's mother. "Cats say meow. Dogs go arf. Now, bark, George." And George went whack, whack. "No, George," said George's mother. "Ducks say quack, quack. Dogs say arf. Now, bark, George." And George went "No, George," said George's mother. "Pigs say oink. Dogs say arf. Now, bark, George." And George said, "Moo." So George's mother took George to the vet. This is the veterinarian. What is the veterinarian? Yeah, it's a doctor for animals. "I'll soon get to the bottom of this," said the vet. "Please bark, George." And George said, "Meow." So the vet reached deep down inside of George and pulled out a cat. "Bark again, George." And George said, "Quack, quack." And the vet reached deep, deep down inside of George and pulled out a duck. "Bark again, George." And George said, "Phew." So the vet reached deep, deep, deep down inside of George and pulled out a pig. "Bark again, George." And George said, "Moo." So the vet put on his longest latex glove, and then he reached deep, 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 deep down inside of George and pulled out a cow. Uh-oh. How does George's mother feel? I think she fainted. "Bark again, George." And George said, "Arf." George's mother was so thrilled that she kissed the vet and the cat and the duck and the pig and the cow. And how do dogs give kisses? She's licking. On the way home, she wanted to show George off to everyone on the street. So she said, "Bark, George." And George said, "Hello." What do you think happened? Exactly. I think George swallowed a person. That's pretty silly. So let's stand up and do a silly rhyme. We'll laugh a little, ha, ha, ha. Sing a little, la, la, la. Dance a little, tap, tap, tap. Clap a little, clap, clap, clap. Spin a little, round and round. Rest a little, all sit down. Fantastic. Let's try Ram Sam Sam. It's one of my favorites. We'll start off slow. Ram Sam Sam, Ram Sam Sam. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Ruffy, Ruffy. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. It's pretty good. Do you think we can go a little faster? Let's try it. Ram Sam Sam, Ram Sam Sam, Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam, Ruffy, Ruffy. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. It's pretty good. Do you think we can go even faster? Let's try it. Ram Sam Sam, Ram Sam Sam, Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam, Ruffy, Ruffy. Gooly, 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 Ram Sam Sam. Pretty good. Do you think we can go super duper awesome crazy fast? Let's try it. Take a deep breath in. Ram Sam Sam, Ram Sam Sam, Gooly Gooly Gooly, Ram Sam Sam, Ruffy, Ruffy, Gooly Gooly Gooly, Ram Sam Sam. Whoa, pretty fast. Can you get your clapping hands out and help me say goodbye? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as high as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as low as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as fast as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as slow as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quiet as we can. Goodbye. For those who might want it. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as loud as we can. Goodbye! Thank you so much for coming to Storytime today. I miss you all. I hope to see you soon.